back everyone. So this morning I've got a chat with Max from BlueAction. A group's trying to bring the fans together. I think it's a really good idea, so I thought I'd give it some airtime. I'm going to meet Max here at Suffolk New College today, and we're going to have a chat about what's going on with BlueAction and hopefully get a few more people on the books, because I think it's a good movement. I don't know too much about it myself, but you know, have a chat today and we'll see what's happening, and then hopefully get a few more of you interested. So stay tuned for the rest. Right, Max. Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you, mate. You all right?
Haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a while, mate. Too long, mate.
Yeah, well, last time I saw you was at the game at the weekend, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. What do we make of that? The result probably a fair one in the end.
I was disappointed, to be honest, because I thought we had the chance to win that game, but in the end we didn't. It's
a poor Norwich side that we
poor Norwich side, but I think we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, next at their place, mate, I'm confident we'll do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Confident, mate.
Definitely. So really today we've come to talk about BlueAction.
Yes, mate, absolutely.
And you know what really, gave you the idea for BlueAction?
Well, I think, as we've said on our Facebook page and our Twitter, I think the problem we've had at Ipswich for too long, in my opinion, is a very negligible sort of variable atmosphere where sometimes it's actually really quite flat. I think the worst thing for me, and I think it really reached its peak a couple of seasons ago, the negativity that was starting to creep in, and it was getting to the point where you go to a game in the North Stand of all places, and you'd be standing there surrounded by people, arms crossed, staring at the pitch in silence, and then waiting to
I've been there, it's happened to me.
80, 90th minute, and then start booing or just starting jeering and singing sarcastically if we have a shot on target, all that sort of stuff. I just thought this is not the fan that I want to be. It's not the club that I want Ipswich to be. And I thought we need to do something about it. So I wrote a blog a couple of years ago now, sort of approaching this idea of starting I guess an ultra group is what you could call it. A supporters group, a singing section sort of thing. With the sole purpose really of getting behind the team, regardless of who's in the dugout, regardless of what's happening on the pitch for 90 minutes. Regardless of who we're playing, not just for the big games.
Regardless of the manager? Regardless
of the manager, absolutely. I mean, the managers will come and go, but most of us, will be there for. I intend to be there till they carry me out in a box, mate. So
yeah, well, exactly. Same thing for me, to be honest. Like, I was a bit of a McCarthy. I was pacified when it came to McCarthy. A lot of the fans depend on the manager, and they always direct all their frustration at the manager.
I get that.
We don't want that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We need to sort of get over that and try to get to this mindset where, regardless of what's happening on the pitch, of who's in the dugout, we are supporting the team, because that's what we are. We're supporters. A lot of these people weren't supporting the team.
No.
They claim they were, but booing and jeering, and we're just standing there in silence. I mean, I guess some people that's how they come to watch a football, and that's fair enough. But I think if you want to get behind them, if you want to sing and you want to chant, you should do it, regardless of what's going on, and that's what we want to try and get established at BlueAction.
Cool. So, at this moment in time, you've got a Facebook group,
and a
Twitter group, which is obviously I contacted Rich through, I believe.
Yeah, of course. Me and Rich started this up. Yeah.
And obviously, I got wind of the actual BlueAction kind of thing when I was at the Norwich game, funny enough, and then come across you and the cricketers.
Handing out some flyers, old school, mate.
Yeah, me and you have sat next to each other at football for years, and I can tell everyone now that you are one of the most positive blokes I've ever seen.
Well, but I mean, I've got like an expression I'm quite fond of, and that is enthusiasm is more infectious than apathy.
Yeah.
I think if you're enthusiastic, if you're positive, people are going to listen to that more, want to be part of that more. Than if you stand there and moan. So for me, if you go to a game, and I've always tried to say this, I'm blue in the face. If you go to a game, have a few beers, sing some songs with your mates, then it's always going to be
always going
to be a great time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the result is. At the end of the day, the result is kind of apart from that. In my sense, we're all supporting the same club. We all do the same thing. Like for me, my experience, like, if I ever went to football and you weren't there, it'd be a dull experience. Well, do you know what I mean? And that's
getting that.
It's on camera now.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Dino, Dino. Dino will say it, and Josh has sat with us over years. My cousin Daniel's come. We've had the same group in that line for a long time. and everyone will say the same thing about you.
And if we can get lots of people together who are like that,
yeah.
who just want to sing and chant and be
Exactly.
positive, then hopefully that will generate a new culture
Yeah.
at Ipswich. That's what the whole stand's going to be like, and
Yeah.
that's our goal. We think long term. We want this to go on and on and on, and just want to, I want the support that I want to be, and I
Yeah.
want to start expressing that. And,
Exactly. So, at this moment in time, then you've had communication with the club, then.
Yes.
In
Well, the ultimately the long-term goal is to get behind the goal centrally.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the problems were, you've got Section 6 who are great.
Yeah.
I think they're some real good lads in there. But it's stuck over on the other side of the ground.
Yeah.
They can start a little chant up. Someone over there starting a little chant up. Someone in the middle starting a little chant up. It comes
well,
to
we know
counting.
sitting in the middle, we come across two sets of chants every time.
Absolutely. So we want to try and provide that sort of unifying force in the middle.
Yeah.
And we were in discussion. Well, I'm actually meeting Liz Edwards, and I think his name's Stuart Hayton, who I believe is the facilities manager or the stadium manager. I'm actually meeting them on Thursday, and we're going to talk about possibly sort of reserving a space in the middle, getting like a little section in the middle. Where we can start telling people that's where we're going to be.
Yeah.
They're happy for you to change it. I don't quite know how that's going to work, to be honest. But yeah, people can start.
Would an idea of the proposal be to free up the ticketing downstairs? It's like everyone's got a ticket for downstairs, but you're not necessarily got a seat.
That is absolutely right. Sort of unreserving the seat, and I think that would be, even if it's not necessarily the whole stand, but perhaps that one middle section, maybe even that front half of that middle section, saying that's not going to be reserved. You buy a ticket for perhaps area 5 lower or something like that, and then you just go in there.
Yeah.
That would be my ultimate goal, really, because I think that's the only way to do it. Because then people can start coming in and out if they fancy it, and
And I've been to places. I've been to, for example, let's talk about Crystal Palace. I've been to Palace, right? And they have a section where all the singing fans are.
Homestyle fanatics.
Exactly. And they put themselves in that position so that they are heard.
Yeah.
Whereas I have sat all over the stadium, and at times I can't hear the North Stand because they're not all in a parallel. I say against Norwich, this is probably the first time I've heard everyone sing together at the same time and actually amplify that sound all as one. And that's something that obviously interests me.
But
as a fan.
and I mean, of course, and that's interesting you say that, because you think about what brings you to football in the first place. If you think about the first game you went to as a kid, it wasn't what was going on the pitch.
No,
it was the crowd. Experience. It was being there. So wow, this is all this noise. If we could recreate that, it's not just for Norwich. If you want to, we wouldn't expect it from the Ipswich players to just turn up against Villa or Leeds or Norwich, and we don't expect the fans to just turn up for Villa, Leeds, and Norwich, or the big cup game. Or, we want them, even when playing bloody Preston at home, or Reading, or Brentford or something. We want to be generating an atmosphere that is really getting behind the lads, and is making Portman Road a great place to be in, and exciting them. I was thinking of another story about, I was thinking last season, we played Burton away. And that was, we won 2-1. It was that horrible game when,
St. Celina, I think.
Celina scored that free kick to win it. But, it was horrible. And I went with my brother and his missus, and a friend of hers, this American lad, big football fan. And, and he was really disappointed. Because he obviously came expecting, I guess English football crowds still have that reputation of being quite vociferous and loud and raucous, and he was really disappointed. And he was saying it was just really kind of flat and negative. And I thought, he's now going to go back to his mates with that image of Ipswich fans,
and that's going to be amplified again across all of his mates, and they'll be like, I don't want to go there. I don't want that.
And I think we've got to start thinking about what kind of image we want to project as fans, not to everyone in football. And
talk about the image, like this season, and we touched on it earlier today. This season started really bright. We haven't won a game, but the optimism levels are increasing.
Absolutely.
If you ask me,
and
it will only take that first win, and I tell you what, I don't think we've got anything to worry about.
I'm absolutely 100% behind Hurst. I think this project is excellent. I think it's something we should have done 10 years ago. Frankly, getting a young up and coming manager like this, scouting from the lower divisions. I'm really upbeat, really positive about it. I think we are riding a bit of a crest of a wave of positivity. But we've got to accept that supporting a football club has its ups and its downs. Ipswich Town is not Barcelona. We we're not going to be at the top table all the time.
No.
Our fortunes are always going to fluctuate, and we need to make sure that we have a culture where we're behind the team, even when the chips are down.
Yeah.
Because things might get worse before they get better.
Exactly.
We might not win a
and
game
I'm not shied away from the idea we could get relegated, but that would be a step in my opinion, in the right direction. If you come
one step back, 2 steps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a controversial one.
A lot of people don't like to accept that, but relegation is a fact. I mean, we're currently sitting, second from bottom. What if we did get sucked into that?
Yeah.
Are we all going to leave the club? We're not going to leave the club. We're still going to be there.
And that mindset is so important, and it's important that if Ipswich were scrapping out for the European spots in the Premier League, or whether they're playing in the Blue Square South, we've got to be behind them, because that's what it's all about, is it not? Being a supporter. That's what BlueAction's all about, really. But obviously we need people to get involved, because I think we were saying on the drive up here, a lot of people have expressed a lot of interest. We've had loads of likes, loads of followers on Twitter. And we say, it's a really good idea, but we need you to be there. We need you to be singing for 90 minutes and giving that positivity.
So this is what this is about. It's put a face to the name. So like everyone, this is Max, by the way.
It is. Hopefully it won't scare you away. Hopefully it's
He's a really lovely bloke.
Honestly, he's not just saying that.
No, swear to God. I met this bloke about 5 years ago, and I tell you what, I've enjoyed his presence.
We had some good chants, didn't we, mate? We think about such classics as "Stuck in the Middle" with Brew. And,
that's dreadful, mate.
Oh, what a Feeny!
Yeah,
that was a classic, mate. I think that could get.
We picked the worst out of the bunch and tried to come going. But
played about 3 games.
To be honest, there's some tryhards there. Behind us, there's a few blokes.
Do you know what? Those lads just to the left of us.
Yeah.
They're actually dead on,
and they're persistent.
Yeah.
Persistent singing all game.
Well, do they though? This is it. It's actually, it can dip off, and I think if we can get an area where that culture is, that we all sing. I think there's so many people in that stand who want to do that. It's just about getting them all together and a bit of organisation. I think with Section 6 as well, we've got a lot of real good lads in there, and I want to actually say at this point, not just lads but ladies as well.
Yeah.
A supporter is male, female, whatever, young, old, get involved.
Yeah.
But you've got a lot of positive energy, a lot of positivity in there. But it's about getting it organised. I get the impression that Section 6 is a little bit like a bit lost.
Yeah.
Just trying to get like a focal point and an established group that can sort of carry it basically. That's the sort of the dream, really.
Right, buddy. BlueAction then. What do you want the group to look like?
So you've heard sort of the term an ultra group, and everyone knows what that looks like. Anyone who knows football knows what that looks like. And you talk about like a group of lads who all, typically think of the European clubs.
Yeah.
In England, you've got the Homesdale Fanatics over at Crystal Palace, and it's emulating that to an extent. We've got loads of flags and banners made. Rich is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
We've got this superb banner that he's working on, and loads of flags. So lots of a real visual presence. Lots of colour.
Yeah.
And we want to sort of and keep doing that actually, and be really creative with that. Actually, create a little bit of a sort of an artistic culture around the group. That's that. And in terms of sort of the singing and the chanting, I think one thing, and it's really important to sort of address this, because I think what puts off a lot of English fans, it's certainly something that put me off actually when you look at some of those European ultra groups, is that image of that bloke standing there with a megaphone, facing into the crowd, back to the pitch, sort of barking out these chants, and everyone sort of chanting in unison, and that's something actually that we don't think necessarily is a good thing. And again, another anecdote, I think about I was chatting to this German lad. I was in Freiburg in Germany a few years ago, and we went to a game. And he said that when they were starting up their sort of ultra group in Freiburg, it was actually a really controversial thing, because you have the problem with that is with the bloke with the megaphone standing there, is they sort of dominate all the chanting. And what's so good about English football crowds is that spontaneity.
Spontaneous. All the time.
That creativity, sort of reacting to what's happening on the pitch. Just seeing something occur and then making up a little chant on the spot. And that's so cool. It'd be terrible if we lost that. So it's about getting that balance, really. So what we want is just basically you get in there and you start up some chants and whatnot. But if you've got a bloke on the other side of the ground starts a little chant up, we listen to that, think, we take it up.
Let's take that on,
let's take it on, rather than just us dominating. We want to sort of keep it quite democratic and quite creative, and so that's really important, because I think that a lot of English football fans don't like the idea of it being stifled like that, and so it's important to sort of make that clear. That's not what we're about. It's about getting the best of both worlds, you know.
Okay. So interest-wise, at the moment, how many people have you got? I know I've looked at your Twitter. You've got 200 to 300 followers.
Yeah. Rich does most of that, so I think that's that
Rich
sounds
does
right.
a lot. He's the online presence, isn't he?
Yeah, for the most part. He certainly does the Twitter side of things. I think we've got hundreds of likes on our Facebook page. We've got about 30 people so far that are expressing interest of getting more involved in the actual group.
Okay.
So like I said, it's just a question of, you know, you've heard what we're about, getting involved, but you know, it's about a bit more of an involvement. Don't just think, oh, this is a nice little thing to, because I think it was something else that somebody said on the on those other days. I think, you know, there was a comment, I think, in the Blackburn game. I think a lot of people were in the North Stand. They come in, and they think, oh, this is where the atmosphere is. In it, this I've come here for the atmosphere, but if it feels it's filled with people like that, then you've got no one who's generating the atmosphere.
Exactly,
And you know, I don't want to compare us to like Liverpool or Man United, but it's a much scaled down version of that. But when you have too many tourists that come in wanting that experience, then you lose all the people.
We've got basically a fan base of potentially 13 or 14,000 definites per week, and then you get a lot of tourism.
I mean, it's not like we get like platoons of Chinese tourists with their selfie sticks and iPads at Portman Road. We don't have that yet. Maybe someday. But what I mean is, you still have people perhaps who come in for a game, the odd game, and think, oh, we're going to go to a game. I've heard that the North Stand's a bit, lively. A bit lively. But then if they come there, then you think, well, you need to create that as well. So it's about making sure that, you know, if you're going to be part of BlueAction, you're not just going to be part of it. You're going to be an active member who's you know, getting involved. So that's what we want to see.
So ideas-wise, then, would all affiliated members to meet up before the game and march down together?
That's a good question, actually. I mean, that's quite a cool thing, and that's something you see again in Cologne famously did it last year, when they just stormed through North London. That was something else, and I think that really got people thinking, didn't it? We want a piece of that.
You just want to be collective. Non-violent collective.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, 2 or 3 arrests, didn't they? And I think that really opened English fans' eyes to what we're kind of missing. You know? But absolutely. I'd love to have. That'd be really cool. Having a pub that we all gather at and sort of marching down to the ground. That'd be really cool, actually. And again, that's obviously perhaps a ways away, but definitely would like to do something like that. That'd be decent. And lots of, I mean, me and Rich were talking yesterday, actually, and really sort of letting our sort of, you know, imaginations fly with it. It's about you know, perhaps not making murals outside the ground, you know, with like all the Ipswich legends sort of, you know, painted on there and stuff, and lots of like really cool flags that you just sort of have dotted around, and sort of, you know, buttons and stickers and things like that. And actually really sort of open it up and be as creative as possible. Just really.
Because all of that spreads the word as well. Do you know what I mean? And like for me, like everything you're saying is the right thing. Like, I want to get involved. Obviously, I can be sporadic in the way that I go to football now, because I might not be able to afford it, or I have to have the kids that weekend. So
we get that, and at the end of the day, is you know, there's an old adage, or old adage, I should say, of they say football's as a matter of life and death. It's much more than that. Well, that's very nice, but no, we've got lives to live, and we get that. But nonetheless, we do expect, excuse me, a little core of people who are committed every game, and it doesn't need to be many of us. You know, 20 or 30, something like that. Ideally, it's going to grow and grow. But that attitude, it's about the attitude. It's about the people who, because you know that spreads. As I said before, that enthusiasm spreads, and if you've got a little group of people who are doing that, who are singing for the lads, positivity, that will spread, and people take up with that. And
so actively at the moment, then we'd probably be directing this at maybe season ticket holders, and you know, ones that go regular, just to get it started, basically. You've got something started here. It's good, but you obviously need that core to work with. So aiming really at season ticket holders. Of course. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to be there and really committed.
excuse me. But where we're going to be based, I mean, like I said, it's got to be centrally.
Yeah.
I think that's important. But you know, if that ends up being elsewhere in the ground, that, I mean, this is something we have to take up with Liz. There's a lot of talk about, you know, going in the south stand.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that sort of dynamic when you're against next to the away fans, I think that's really, really important. I mean, really, we like to, you know, lobby the club to move the away fans.
Yeah, and if you look at you take that, you look at the Norwich game, you look at the.
Well, you're right next to him. Well, why was, you know?
Yeah, the fans that were down there were, you know, they're giving it large, but you know, given the context of the actual situation, they were making a lot of noise, and they were, you know. And that's good to have a front. It's not about, you know,
being, you mean the people in the south stand?
It's not about being, you know, violent towards each other or anything like that. It's about, you know, having passion for your side. Absolutely,
but you've got to accept. I mean, it's sort of debate, perhaps a different debate here, but like that debate about having the main, more sort of vociferous home fans next to the away fans. You've got to accept that. Part of what makes an exciting and sort of, you know, dynamic atmosphere at a football ground is that kind of edge between the two sets of fans.
100%.
It doesn't have to, you know, I'm not talking about like, you know, throwing coins at each other and scrapping. It doesn't need to happen like that. You look at the Norwich example. You got their main end. Yeah. We're right next to them.
Yeah. We technically don't need anyone between you because at the end of the day it is friendly, but we know some of us live together, some families are split. I used to sit with someone who's the mum and the sister.
We're the same.
We're Ipswich fans. We're Ipswich fans, and the dad and the brother were Norwich fans. So it's just like in one household. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's, you know, that's like I said. All this is about, to be honest, and that's another thing actually. You know, I think we want to get an atmosphere that's supporting Ipswich first and foremost. I love singing songs to take the mick out of Norwich. It is great. Yeah. But when 80-90% of the chance are just bringing Delia Smith's honour into question, as fun as that is, you've got to think, come on, first and foremost we're Ipswich supporters, not Norwich haters, or any other club for that matter. But that's great. That is still part of it. Yeah. And you know, it's not all going to be happy clappy. I like a bit of an edge. I want it to be. You know, I like a bit of, you know, I'm a teacher by day. I have to behave myself. Yeah. And I want to for 90 minutes. Let loose. I want to for 90 minutes be able to, you know, F and Jeff a little bit. So it's not all going to be, you know, peaches and cream and. No. So we're not going to take that out of it. But it doesn't mean we're going to go, you know, get tooled up and rush the pitch and start some ag.
No, we've never been like that really, have we? So right, going forward then. You and Rich, have you got any ideas of how you're going to make this work and how you're going to make, you know, how you're going to get people's interest? So from this video, primarily, would you like to get more interest?
Absolutely.
And a lot more people emailing in?
Yeah, we want you, okay? We want commitment, we want dedication.
I'll make sure I stick the email on the video.
Yes, so it's at BlueAction1 on Twitter. Just search us out on Facebook. It's BlueAction. Like the page. Speak to us, and then you can request to join the group if you're really, you know, if you really want to get involved. Like I said, you don't want to just sort of, you know, be part of it. You've really got to be involved. Yeah. And I mean, we've got a few more going to go on the radio. Hopefully, going to go on Life's a Pitch pretty soon.
Because you've already been on Mark Murphy.
On the Mark Murphy breakfast show.
And what did Mark? Did he have a view on it? Or?
Yeah, he's really supportive. He's really good, Mark. I think he gets it. He understands that, you know, the negativity at Portman Road over the last couple of seasons has been very detrimental, I think, to the club's welfare. Yeah. You know, say what you like about Mick, but I'd say actually the negativity was worse. Yeah. I know it's a controversial attitude, but
I said we're a club that were apart from the fans.
Absolutely.
And this summer they've worked well to get back with the fans. So.
Definitely, but that could fluctuate. You know, if that win doesn't come yet, and we're going to start booing Hurst as well. I mean, you know, but Mark was brilliant, and I think he was really behind that idea of getting that atmosphere back and getting that positivity back, regardless of who we're playing, regardless of results, regardless of who's in the dugout. Yeah. And you know, making a club. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if you know, someone on Twitter, like, you know, sticks a video of someone, I don't know, like a Sheffield Wednesday fan or something, you know, oh, look what Ipswich are doing, and then there's a big tifo or something, there's like a big crowd jumping,
something to be proud of,
and it's like, that's Ipswich doing that, and all of a sudden we become known as a club that's got like a real proper support, but real, you know, really loud and dedicated fans. And
let's not get wrong here, we have got the support. And mate, that's what we need to bring everyone together. Yeah, bring everyone together.
It's in there. It's just about getting it organised, getting it dedicated, getting it committed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting some structure to it, perhaps.
I like the sound of it, mate.
Cool, wicked.
I'm definitely going to email in and join up.
Good stuff, mate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I hope it all goes well, and we'll catch up soon. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
up
buddy.
town.
Come on, town. Blue Army.
Yeah.
So firstly, I want to thank you for watching that video. It's important to Max and to BlueAction to increase the following and bring the club together, and the fans. It's the most important thing, is to make the noise and support the club through thick and thin. And I think as fans, all of us want that. So I'm now going to sign up. You'll find the email details below, just down here. If you want to send an email and get involved, the official release date for them, the actual start-up date, when everyone comes together, is going to be against Bolton at home on the 22nd of September. So please get your applications in before then. All the interest is appreciated for them, and I really think that's a good cause, and we'll get everyone together and make sure that we're heard as a fan base, not only to support the club but to push the club forward. So thanks for watching, and Blue Army, come on you Blues.